Hold on tight. What is up, guys, and welcome back to Animation Station. That scene was actually quite difficult to put together. We're just going to discuss two things about this scene. As you can see here on the left-hand side, this required a lot of work, but we're just going to discuss two things about this scene which were the hardest. The first thing we're going to discuss is the car. So if we take a look here at our car, it was really hard to make it turn into the back of this truck. It's hard to get the angles, and when I show you these pictures or these frames in advance, I do apologize. They were quite difficult, so it was hard for me to get the angles. Now, when we press play, it looks okay, but as you can see, when we start this turn, it gets quite difficult. So I wanted to show that the tire was turning. Obviously, we're not striving for perfection, but I didn't really want to lose the original look of the car. So I used every scene twice. For example, this drawing here, I also used again in the next frame, but I just distorted it a little bit to make it look like it's turning. Same thing as we go here. So we have the next frame, and then this one I didn't have to distort. I just kind of kept moving it forward towards the back of the truck, and so on and so forth. So here the car turns completely, and the more drawings you do in between on this process, the better that this will come out. As you can see, I used a lot of blur coloring. I just wanted to make sure that because these frames happen so fast, we're really just trying to get the motion of it down. And then the car starts to go up into the back of the truck. You can notice if I go back that the truck did lower a little bit. I should have drew the tires and the truck separately so that it would act as like suspension. Unfortunately, I had to move the whole truck drawing down as the car went in, and I did that because whenever there's a movement, you want there to be some type of reaction. So for example, I know I've discussed this before, if you have the car here, the reaction for this car being on the road is the little shadow underneath it, right? That's the reaction. The reaction for the car going into the back of the truck is the truck going downward because of the weight of the car. Okay, so as it goes up and it goes in, and one thing you'll notice that you can do in TD or 2D drawing compared to 3D drawing or animation, sorry, is that you can bend things. So as you can see, I have this car actually kind of drawn bent just to show that it's going up and into the back of the truck. So you can bend things, you can stretch things, you can squash things. That's what makes it so much fun. And then the car's in the back of the truck. Okay, as you can see down here, it's a lot of frames to get that, motion, to successfully get it to look like it actually needs to be like believable. And the second hardest thing of this whole part was doing the character of the guy. So once the car's in the truck, I had to get the guy to actually close the door. And this is quite difficult, I would say, because you really have to make him look like a live movement, So I had to get up and act out a couple of these parts. So he's stretching over, he's climbing the back, he's going up, and then he's reaching for the garage door. He grabs it, and he slowly starts to pull that door down. And I had to create another layer for the door to go above the car, as you can see, and he's locking it. And if you look down here, let's see if I can just zoom the screen in just a little bit for you guys. So if you look down here in this area, let me circle it. Here we go. We look down here in this area, there's a gap in between this section. So that's because I wanted there to be kind of a pause when he closes the door. So he closes the door, he pauses in that position, then he continues to go down the ramp, as you can see here. And some in-betweens, I've already told you guys this before, some in-betweens just don't make sense. It's kind of difficult, but once you press play, it all comes together. There you go. So he's coming down, bottom of the ramp, he squats down again, he's lifting the ramp up, and he's just sliding it into the, obviously this truck is like a custom truck, you know, they can do anything nowadays. And he's pushing this ramp into the bottom of the truck, and then he's folding it down and clamping it. And then there's another pause here, and this pause is for the effect that he has pushed that into place, and then he continues to go. Okay. As he's walking out of the scene here, I stopped doing hard lines and I just blurred him a little bit. So as you can see, starting about here, the second last frame, yep. So he's just a blur. Then he's going to go in behind the truck, and that is it. So those were the two hardest things to do about this scene. I don't know if it's my computer, I don't know if it's Krita, but it was a lot slower this time because I guess I had so many scenes, and my computer's, I guess, not the fastest either. With that being said, all I did is I just took my time. So I just continued to take my time, go through everything frame by frame. It doesn't take long, only took me 2 days to do this, maybe 4 hours each day. And what the trick, there is a trick to it. The trick is don't stop drawing. If you're going to go at it for 4 hours, just keep drawing frame after frame after frame until it is completely finished. Okay? So let's go ahead. We're going to watch the whole thing that we have one more time, and then I'll let you guys go. Once again, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and click on that bell so you know when my next video is posted. All right, you guys take care. Cheers.
Your boss guaranteed me a clean escape. I hope you know what you're doing, bud. And I always keep my guarantees.
Hold on tight.